Hello, girls. I'm Noelia from
Hola.
Spain. Nice to meet you, and thank you for your time.
Of course.
Thank
I
you.
really loved your performance in Megan. It was incredible. First, I want to ask you what was the most challenging part of your role in Megan?
The
You want to
first, the
start?
first one or
This
the
one,
second
I think.
I would say when I read the script, I had to do. There was always when I read a script, I'm like, oh, how are we gonna do this? And I'm like a prep queen. I always really like to be prepped. So
It's true.
I had a lot of stunts that I had to do, and I just wanted to be prepared for them. But the training went by perfectly, and I was honestly just really excited to see how we were gonna do the second one after reading the second script.
Yeah, I think I have the same preparation. It was interesting because I was part of the making of it from the very first conversation about what the second movie was going to be. But it's one thing to sit in these meetings as a producer and think through what the plot is, and okay, now Gemma does this, blah blah blah, and then at a certain point, it occurred to me that I was going to have to do all the Gemma things. Like, I didn't think of that. I didn't really make that connection until, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do like stunts and fight and all these things. And so then the training for that was the hardest part, I would say. But these movies are hard and they're just so fun. And so it is hard to remember the parts that are challenging, you know?
Yeah.
The fun is what sticks with me.
You did great, so congratulations.
Thank you.
What is your favorite memory from shooting this film? Did anything funny or strange happen on set? Because Megan 2.0 has a lot of action, and Allison, you are even like half android for a few minutes, right?
So many funny and surprising things happen in this movie. They always do. Yeah, every once in a while, like something will. I mean, I can't remember a particular funny thing. I don't know. There's so many.
There's so
like,
many. It's so hard.
It's impossible to think of one example.
There's so many, and
but
I
yeah,
can never think of one.
I know. I can't either. That one scene with Tim Sharp, who played Agent Sattler. There's a scene where he's asking me passionately about why I am somewhere doing something. I'm trying not to spoil anything. And there was something about his seriousness that I just couldn't get through that scene without laughing and giggling. And once you, as we know, once you giggle, once you start giggling, you can't get it back.
I can't go back, no.
No. So we're just lucky that it didn't happen in any of our scenes.
You can stop laughing, that's true.
Yeah, it's too hard.
After stepping into this universe, the world of Megan, are you more afraid of new technology?
Yes.
I would definitely look at it from a different perspective now and think, oh, like this could maybe happen one day, which is definitely terrifying. And I don't think I would have seen it that way if I wasn't in both Megan movies.
Yeah, I think I imbue like AI and technology with interiority more quickly now. Like, I was in a self-driving car for the first time yesterday, and I said thank you to the empty front seat when I got out. And I'm not sure I would have done that before Megan, but I was like, you know what? Can't hurt. Now I know this car won't have a vendetta for me in some world, and so
Be polite.
I'm just gonna leave a good reputation with this vehicle. Be polite, say thank you, and yeah, it's just. I think I see the humanity in algorithm more than I used to, which is it is a human creation initially, at least, and then the machine learning takes over. But it is this blurry line where I think if we hadn't been doing these movies for the last couple of years, like we wouldn't see it that way.
Yeah, it can be scary sometimes.
Yeah,
And
totally.
finally, who would you prefer to fight, Megan or Emilia, and why?
Ooh. What kind of fight? Like an argument or a physical fight?
A physical fight.
Megan.
I would say Megan.
Yeah.
It might be favoritism, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'd rather fight Megan because I like my odds of being able to like resolve our conflict.
Yeah.
We've done that a couple times.
I mean,
Amelia,
I don't know if I would. She would obviously.
She would never fight you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fine, but I would say Megan.
Yeah.
Me too. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, well, nice to meet you, and thank you for your time. First, I want to ask you, how was the process of creating this new movie? Why did you want to continue the first story?
It was a great opportunity for me to kind of do something that was worthy of the fan response. The response to the first movie was just so big and crazy that I just felt like, you know, it deserves a big and crazy sequel. So, you know, the making of the film was challenging just because we were trying so hard to fulfill our obligations to just give everyone a really, really great sequel. So, but, you know, I think we pulled it off, and I'm very proud of it.
Was there any scene that was improvised? Did the cast have creative freedom?
No, there's not a lot of improvisation on this movie because of how technical it is and how everything really needs to be planned.
Yes.
You know, Megan herself is a creation. She doesn't improvise. You know, all of her lines have to be programmed, and so it's a very delicate dance. It's like, you know, it is. You need a lot of rehearsal and a lot of preparation. So, no, not a lot of room for improvisation.
How did you decide
Oh,
to make?
sorry. No,
Ah,
I'm wrong. Jermaine Clement.
ah,
Jermaine Clement, the actor who
yeah.
plays Alton Appleton, he's an amazing improviser. So his scene is very, very improvised. So, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you. How did you decide to make Megan bigger and Emilia different from Megan?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So essentially, when James Wan came up with the idea of Megan, you know, going up against another robot, and essentially, you know, handed that idea to me, and I really felt like the best way to do this is to have Amelia be like a dark mirror to Megan. Whatever Megan is, Amelia has to be the opposites of that. So, you know, Megan also has a moral code. Like for all her actions, she has this strict moral code, which is to protect Katie. But Amelia doesn't have that. She wasn't born into a family environment. She was trained and tortured to some degree by the military. So all she has is kind of vengeance. And so therefore the characters are, you know, are very different, but they make for kind of great foes.
Was it more difficult to direct this second film in contrast to the first one?
Both were very challenging. I think the first was challenging because it was all so new. Directing a puppet, you know, an animatronic puppet was very difficult. This one was difficult just because of how ambitious it was, but at the same time, we had the benefit of experience that we kind of at least knew how some things were going to work. But I would say just both films were equally difficult.
And well, finally,
Yeah.
uh, who is worse to fight, Megan or Emilia, and why?
Oh. Well, it has to be Megan because she just has experience and cunning, and yeah, she's the best.
Hit it like, get it hot, make a bitch. It's a fan. Hit it like, get it hot, make a bitch.
¿Me echabais de menos?